Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're playing High Rise. Now, I don't know about you, but buildings that look like this, cars that look like that, neon lights, to me it almost comes across as a little bit futuristic, which I think can only mean that Sleuth, once again, is traveling across time to solve crime. He's done different dimensions, different galaxies, different times. Very persistent individual for sure. Now, a little bit about today's puzzle before we get onto it. So, High Rise is another puzzle from James Sinclair. I think you guys are familiar with the fact that he does have like an email subscription, which you can find on artisanalsudoku.com, and he does release some absolutely stonker of puzzles. So, do check it out at some point. They've all been absolutely phenomenal, every single one that I've featured or played myself off camera. Now, looking at this particular puzzle, and I should actually just bring up the grid, it looks fascinating, which is why I'm sort of I thought I should absolutely feature it today. It does look highly approachable. Well, you can see very much the reference to High Rise with sort of these two buildings with kind of like odd structures kind of holding up, hence the sci-fi reference. And another high-rise building there with a whole bunch of cages. So not quite sure that I've managed it with the thumbnail, but that's what I was aiming for. In terms of rules, we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. That means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. We're familiar with that one. We also have killer cages. So the sum of the digits inside each cage is equal to the small number in the top left corner. So this 11, for example, if that was a 5, for example, this would have to be 6 to make sure that it actually sums up to 11. We also have thermometers. So digits on thermometers increase from the bulb end. The thermometers are all universally tiny, only 2 cells. So all that's really saying is that the cell that has the circle is smaller than the cell at the edge. So if that's 5, that can essentially be 6, 7, or, excuse me, I meant to say, hello. There you go, 6, 7, or 8. I mean, not admittedly 8 because of the killer cage, but that could be 6 or 7, and therefore that could be 1 or 2. So pretty straightforward rules and a very kind of well-defined variant puzzle. So as always, if you want to play along, link will be in the description down below as usual for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Right, 4 cages are forced. This has to be 1 or 3. On a thermometer, you can never have 1 halfway up. So that's the 3, that's the 1. This would mean on the 6 cage, because it could be 2, 4, or 1, 5, this would have to be the smaller of the 2. So this is the 1, 2, and this is the 4, 5. Clearly, that is not the 1, that is the 2, therefore that is the 4. This is all forcing everything now, 1, 2, and 4. This has to be smaller than 4, but not 1 or 2. It is 3. That is 5. That is 4. It's got to be 1, 2, it's not 1, 2, or 3, and it's got to be smaller than 5. So that is 4. That is 7. Kind of the magic breaks here a little bit. This is now 5 or 6. No, it's not 5. It is 6. And therefore this is 8. I think this could be 5. No, it can't be 5 inside a 15 case. That is 7. Yeah, it's not 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 6. So it's 5 or 7, and it's because it's the only 2 that are available that are smaller than 8, and it can't be 5 inside a 15 cage. That's 7. That's 8. This is now 5. No, there has to be more digits. Yeah, it's 5, 8, and 9 are the remaining digits. That's 4, that's 5, that's 9. This is 8. I did say 5, 8, 9. Well, we've got 5 and 9 in here. That's 8, that's 9, that's 2, that's 5. That's 1 high-rise building done. Got more of these, 1 and 3 again. We can start a very similar kind of flow here. So that's got to be the 3. That's got to be 2. Yeah. 4. That's got to be 3. It's got to be smaller than 4. It's not 1, 2. That's got to be 5. That's got to be smaller than 5. And it's not 1, 2, 3. That's 4. That's 6. That's 5. Again, same reason. Smaller than 6. And it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 gives me 8. That is not 5 or 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. That's got to be 7, 9. And this is 6 or 8. It's not 8. It is 6. That's 9, 9. I've got everything from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So essentially I've got 8 and 9 in here. That 9 and that 8 give me an order. Therefore, that's 8, that's 9, that's 2, that's 3. Lovely. That's 2 high rises done. So, can we do some Sudoku to finish up? I'm sure we can. That's 1. Essentially, what I'm looking for is, common digits that would allow me to fill in some of these things fairly quickly. 2's done. 3 is done. Yeah, that's it. And here I've got 5 and 6 common. 5, 6 is easier. And that's it for the moment. 8 is in the middle. 5 is in the middle. 9 is in the middle. Interesting. Not quite as many classic Sudoku moves here. That's fine. What can I do? Let me just have a think. I mean, with such an elegant start to a puzzle, you'd like to think the answer is not just go ahead and just, slap a whole bunch of pencil marks everywhere. So I'm just looking for how do I do that? Again, in a reasonably elegant manner. And so 1 and 3 are not this cell. So what is missing in the column? Maybe let's try that. Let me see if we can actually fill out these buildings, particularly this one and this one feel like they should be easier to do. So I need 1, 3, 9, and 5. No, and 6. So 1, 3, 6 or 9 in here. No 3. This is 1 or 3. This is 1 or 9. This is not 3 or 9. This is 1 or 6. I haven't actually gotten a quadruple. I mean, I've got a quadruple, but I haven't got any single pairs that would allow me to resolve it. That's interesting. In here, I need another 1, 4. Could it be 6 and 7? It looks like it. Right, so this is not 4 or 6 or 7. That's actually a 1. We can actually place a digit, thankfully. So 9, 6, 1, 3. So the rest were, what was it, 6 and 7 and 4. This is not 6, 7 in here. That's 4. This is 6 or 7. This is 7 because it's not 6. And this is 6. Lovely. Can I do these at all? Maybe. I am going to just pencil mark it. I'm not quite spotting the better way of doing this, on the assumption that there is one. In here is just 2, 5. That 5 gives me a digit, which is lovely. And in here I need a 9, which can only be in there, and then an 8. Excellent. Right, these columns, surely. So I need 1, 2, a lot more digits. I mean 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, and 8. This is essentially the 1, 2. This is 1, 2, or 8. So this is 5 or 7. This is not 1, 2, or 5. This is 7 or 8. And what is going on here? It's not 7 or 8. This is 1, 2, 5. First triple of the lot. And this is not 5 or 8 or 2. This is 1 or 7. Okay. Maybe the rows will be a bit better. That will give me some triplets. 4, 7, and something else. 2. That's 2, 4. That's all of them. That is not better. That is not better. Pairs, maybe. That would be a bit luckier. 1 and 2. That's a 1, 2 pair, at least in this one. This cell is 2, which clearly can't be here anymore. Hang on, no, there is no 2. 4, 5, 6, so 7, 8. That 8 gives me 8, 7. That's known, whatever this is, 3. Which means that there is another 1, 2 with a 9 in here. And that's the 9 because of this 9. That's 1, 2. I'm making classic Sudoku sometimes. I really do make it look hard. I don't think it's intended. That's not what I'm shooting for. 8 can only be in here now. And 5. Which gives me a whole bunch of things I can unravel, which is lovely. 7 and 8. 1, 2, and 5, and gives me 1 and 2 and 1. Fantastic, which gives me 4, 7, and 2. No 7. Fantastic. And that's kind of like the easier ones done. I'm just going to double check this column as well. So I need 2, 4, 6, 7. So this is not 2 or 4, this is 6 or 7. This is not 2 or 7, this is 4 or 6. And this is not 4 or 7 or 6, that is just a straight up 2. And this is not 4, but it could be 6 or 7. So that's the only place for the 4. And I'm sure we can finish up from here. Like I said, I do make it seem harder than it really is. That's got to be 6, that's got to be 7, that's got to be 6. That allows me to write in a digit, which is a 6 and a 9. And down here we've got 3, 4, and 1. That's the 1. This is a 4. That's a 3. That's a 4. That's a 3. And if I've not made any mistakes, that's a 7 for the finish. It's a beautiful puzzle, James. Thank you so much for creating these series and sharing it with everyone. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. I mean, it's a lovely wrap up for a week ahead of some probably much harder puzzles for the weekend. Hope to see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.